Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers report Lois Cerullo, Rena Sofer, is packing her bags and ready to hightail it back to Bensonhurst after a blowout fight with her daughter. Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, Amanda Seton. The drama kicked off when Brooke Lynn unloaded years of pent-up resentment over the adoption of her baby. A choice she feels Lois and her grandmother, Gloria Cerullo, Ellen Travolta, nudged her toward when she was just a vulnerable teen. Harsh words were flung, tears were shed, and now Lois is done. She has declared she needs a breather from the Port Charles chaos and is set to return to her old stomping grounds. But this is General Hospital, where no exit goes smoothly. So, who is going to slam the brakes on Lois' getaway? First up, could Brooke Lynn herself be the one to stop Lois in her tracks? The fight was ugly. Brooke Lynn accused Lois of meddling in her life, practically forcing her to give up that baby all those years ago. But deep down, Brooke Lynn knows her mom has always had her back, even if the execution was messy. With a little cooling off time, she might realize losing Lois now, right when she's wrestling with her past, isn't worth it. Will mother and daughter mend fences? Or is this rift too deep to heal? Lois' exit would leave a void in the chaotic Quartermaine household. And Ned Quartermaine, Wally Kurth, and Olivia Quartermaine, Lisa Lo Cesaro, might not let her slip away so easily. Ned has history with Lois. They share Brooke Lynn after all, and he knows her leaving could widen the gap between mother and daughter. Olivia, meanwhile, bonded long ago with her bestie Lois over their shared Bensonhurst roots. She might pull out all the stops with a heartfelt plea, and maybe some killer lasagna, to keep her in Port Chuck. Together, they could stage an intervention that's equal parts love and guilt. Classic Quartermaine style. What if Giovanni Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza, the newest kid on the block, is the one to keep Lois put? Lois knows Gio is the baby Brooke Lynn gave up, a secret she has kept tighter than Tracy Quartermaine's, Jane Elliott, purse strings. When Gio, with all of his charm and innocence, asks Lois to stick around, will her heart melt knowing he's her grandson? His pull might just be the anchor Lois needs to stay. Lois Cerullo has never been the type to sit around and wait for things to happen. A Bensonhurst girl through and through, she knows when to fight, when to walk away, and when to let her heart lead the way. But just as she's packing her bags and ready to say goodbye to Port Charles, fate, or perhaps someone very determined, steps in to change her course. Could it be a heartfelt plea from Brooke Lynn, a last-minute revelation from Ned, or someone completely unexpected who convinces her to stay? Here's what's ahead in this emotional General Hospital twist. Lois' breaking point, the final straw. Lois returned to Port Charles to support Brooke Lynn, help her navigate the complicated world of music, and, if she were honest with herself, keep a watchful eye on Ned. But she never planned to stay forever. And now, after months of drama, she's feeling more out of place than ever. She loves Brooke Lynn with all her heart, but her daughter is a grown woman making her own choices, even if Lois doesn't always agree with them. And as much as she'll always have a soft spot for Eddie Main, the reality is that Ned Quartermaine seems more committed to his life at the mansion than to any rock and roll dreams they once shared. The final straw? Maybe it's another classic Quartermaine dinner disaster, where Tracy makes some snide remark about Lois being a temporary guest in their world. Maybe it's Ned, caught between his past as Eddie and his future as Ned, unable to fully commit to either identity. Or maybe it's just the realization that Lois came back for family. But family doesn't always mean staying in the same place. Whatever the reason, Lois makes a decision. It's time to go. Brooke Lynn's plea. Will her daughter convince her to stay? Brooke Lynn has already lost her mother once to distance and separate lives. She can't stand the thought of it happening again. When she realizes that Lois is serious about leaving, she pulls out all the stops to change her mind. "Ma, you don't have to go," she pleads, standing in Lois' doorway as she watches her pack a suitcase. "You belong here." Lois smiles sadly, smoothing a bright leopard print blouse into her bag. "Honey, I belong wherever I make my life. And right now, I think I need to make it somewhere else." Brooke Lynn tries to fight back, reminding her of everything she's been doing in Port Charles, from her rekindled friendships to her involvement in the music scene. But Lois insists she has to do what's best for her. Brooke Lynn isn't giving up that easily, though. She turns to the one person she thinks can change her mother's mind. Ned, or Eddie, steps in. A love that never fades. Ned Quartermain has been torn between his two identities for months. As Eddie Main, he reconnected with Lois in a way that felt natural, effortless. But as Ned, he's always struggled with what Lois represents, his wild past, his passion for music, and a part of himself that he buried long ago. When Brooke Lynn tells him that Lois is leaving, something in him stirs. He doesn't want to let her go, not like this. Does he show up at her door as Eddie, guitar in hand, ready to serenade her with a song that reminds her of everything they used to be? Or does he come as Ned, apologetic and conflicted, telling her that he doesn't want her to leave, but not knowing exactly what he can offer her to make her stay either way? Lois listens. But does she hear what he's really saying? A shocking confession from Tracy. Lois never saw it coming. Of all the people Lois expected to try to stop her, Tracy Quartermain was not on the list. And yet, as she zips up her suitcase and prepares to head out the door, she finds Tracy standing there, arms crossed, an unreadable expression on her face. "If you leave now, you're making the biggest mistake of your life," Tracy says bluntly. Lois raises an eyebrow. "Oh yeah? And why do you care?" Tracy exhales, clearly annoyed that she has to say this out loud. "Because, believe it or not, you are part of this family now. And if you leave, you'll regret it." Lois scoffs. "You've done nothing but remind me how not a part of this family I am." Tracy surprises her with something unexpected. An admission that she respects her. That she may not have always liked her, but she recognizes that Lois has been a force to be reckoned with, someone who has always stood her ground. "I may not be sentimental, but even I know that when something, or someone, is worth holding onto, you don't just walk away." Lois is stunned, and for the first time she hesitates. An unexpected visitor changes everything. Just when Lois thinks she's finally made up her mind, a knock at the door changes everything. Who's standing there? Sonny Corinthos, the old friend who reminds her that Bensonhurst loyalty means sticking it out, even when things get tough. Olivia Falconeri, the cousin who gives her the reality check she needs about what she'd be walking away from. A blast from the past. Could someone completely unexpected, perhaps a former flame or an old music industry rival, show up with a reason she can't refuse? However it is, their words strike a chord in Lois' heart. Does Lois stay or go? By the end of the episode, Lois is standing at a crossroads, literally and figuratively. Her suitcase is packed. The car is waiting. But she's looking back at Port Charles, at the life she built here, at the people who suddenly seem to need her more than she thought. She has a choice to make. Does she follow through with her plan to leave? Or does she realize that maybe, just maybe, her next great adventure isn't out there? It's right here. No matter what she decides, one thing is certain: Lois Cirillo's story isn't over yet. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.